up, everybody? Welcome back to 539. So many thanks to all of you that joined in on our latest live stream over on the second channel. I am literally filming this exactly after I stopped filming the live stream. So many thanks to all of you that joined us over on the really crazy bison preserve. If you didn't check it out, make sure you check out the replay. So today we are going to, well, this is kind of a backup location, but we're going to this crazy little graveyard that looks again like it has some really historic and hidden little corners in it, and I wanted to check it out. I was going to go and climb the fire tower at this local park, but it kind of turned out to be a little bit too touristy for me, and the park is incredibly busy, so we just did a real fun live stream. So let's see what we can find at this location. Okay, look at this. This fence line is surely epic to begin with here. And I don't know what the pipe here, I think it's just used to reinforce the fence because you can kind of see how much it's leaning. The church is still being used. I'm here on a Saturday, and there's literally a Saturday like Bible study or something here. Whatever the case is, no one's here yet, and I shouldn't be disturbing anything. I did see one jogger coming this way, so we'll have to see if it happens. I don't think that they're going to do anything, but looks pretty epic back here. This definitely appears to be the historical section here, and I want to immediately head down this way. I don't know what this is up here. It's either the foundation for an old maintenance shed or potentially a large ground level family crypt of some sort, but it actually appears to be a foundation. I don't know. I think it's actually a ground level vault. And see, it has several headstones sitting here. But the strange thing to me is just the way this thing is designed. It has the appearance that it could indeed be a ground level vault, but it's sealed so precisely around the edges. It has no cracks and no center seam. There's usually a seam in the center, and then you'll see like pins or something where they were attached to chains to lower it down to seal it. And I'm just not seeing anything like that so far. I don't know what this is here. Huh, it's like somebody's headstone's buried right there. That's weird. Next to it here appears to be the original fence line, but we're gonna go ahead and walk down towards the back here, seeing a fair amount of decay here. Looks like over this direction there's been a lot of stacking that's been done, so should be an interesting place. Again, not really sure what we're gonna find. Looks like it has a lot of small little hidden corners. Obviously it butts up against the woods here, so there could be some stuff in there, and who knows, really anything could happen at this point, as you guys have seen on the channel. An incredible day out, amazing weather, and this place is looking pretty epic so far. And it's crazy that this thing here is still standing. Again, the ones that always surprise me because they're so thin and frail. And then for whatever reason, some of them just hang on for forever. Really epic looking memorials here in the back. From the looks of it, there is a few people getting out here to leave some flowers and whatnot. Again, so far not one of the worst places that I've ever visited. And I've almost come to expect that a lot of the stuff in the very back will often not be the oldest, as if someone literally requested to be buried in the back. There's a few interesting things standing out so far, especially over this way. And again, just a lot of destruction, or really probably just decay, not a sign that somebody's been out here doing any damage. Alright, we're coming up against the very back edge. There's a few things that have been propped up against other stones here. It looks like that's it though. There's nothing back in the brush. It does drop off fairly quickly into, I would guess, a creek back there. Oh, whoop. Almost missed this one here. Kind of seems to be the lone memorial here that is in the brush. I can see some shapes this way that might be something, but so far I'm thinking that's it. Let's turn around here and get this. You can see the writing here is actually faced in not the wrong direction, but not a good direction now because no one can come and read it. The writing must be on the other side of this one, I'm guessing. Not really legible though. And I'm pretty sure, yeah, there's definitely writing on here too. But the cracked section in front is the only part that's legible. It's a little rabbit right up ahead. So this one here is an example of a recent location that we were at. I found these like this, but separated and moved apart from each other. And so this would have been the arch section that I was guessing would have one time stood in between the two memorials. I can literally feel the hill here. I'm not sure exactly what's happening, but there's some serious stuff happening under the ground that's causing this place to sort of erode away, and obviously caused this particular memorial here to fall over. And in a very interesting choice, somebody, and now it's hard to tell how long ago this would have been done, but somebody has balanced the top section of this memorial here in a T-shape. I've never seen anything done like that before, but if somebody doesn't move it fairly soon, this top section is definitely going to fall this way, and it may bring this part with it too. And behind it, almost the same exact situation is happening. For some reason, there's a huge dip right here, and it may be erosion beneath the surface. Other than that, I'm not really sure. But we're gonna need to actually go around here. And wow, seems like there's a decent amount more damage in this part here. And here at what seems to be the end of this row is a top section here that has fallen directly off, and that seems to happen so often. They're a lot of times the weakest parts and probably get hit by the most amount of wind, and are the very first part to get hit by any sort of rain. And whoa, there's actually some stuff in the brush this way. If we pan down, you can see obviously the row continues going this direction and then comes down this way. And sadly, here in the brush is somebody's memorial from 1850. So incredibly historic. Really sad that it's got lost back here, especially when, again, doesn't appear to be anything else. It's literally just this one, and then the one memorial directly back that way. Actually, I usually don't do much, but I ended up... Stuff like this kind of irritates me a little bit. I've had a few people actually get mad at me saying that I don't know how hard this job actually is, but I mean, literally there in 30 seconds, I cleared it out all by myself, and at least now it's visible. So the few people that have tried to argue that it's so hard to do some of this stuff, I just feel like they're wrong. You know, I'm not saying it's incredibly easy to repair these stones, but at the very least, making it visible so that people who are interested in history can see them doesn't seem that bad. And obviously I can understand if things are worn away to the point where they're not legible anymore too. Obviously that's going to be hard, and I would never judge anybody for that. Up against this tree here again. A lot of things hiding. Incredibly thorny too. literally hurts to even kneel down to look at some of this stuff. But definitely worth finding this history here. As you can see, almost impossible to read. And several more right next to it. Very, very faintly, I don't know if you can see it right here, it says "at rest." That's the only thing that I can make out. And honestly, that might be the only thing written there. I have seen that before. I think church might be about to be in session here. I think I hear people starting to come and park. So, in good news, I thought there was going to be a lot of stuff right in here, and there is nothing. I definitely can see a lot of destruction behind it here. And another completely metal monument right here. Looks incredible. Again with the anchor, which is kind of interesting, as I would think it had something to do with the person serving in the Navy, but I seem to be finding them a lot with these particular monuments too. What's interesting is continuing around this too, there's quite a lot of different interesting depictions on the side. I think that might be an Oddfellows marker right there, I'm not really sure. I know there's a significance to the joining of hands. Another one of those interesting places in terms of just the atmosphere being here. It always seems like there's someone right around the corner. Lots of nature noises coming in the brush. There must be a pretty high animal population here, because I'm hearing rustling in the woods here every few seconds or every few minutes at the very least. This one here is actually rotated. Looks like about 45 degrees. Oh, and I spotted a few other interesting items. Right in front of the metal memorial is a very, very small version of the Woodmen of the World markers. This one looks to be from 1842. And then I missed this here, which is kind of a little bit of a sad discovery, obviously, but another monument that's been stacked in a very interesting way. Not sure that it's the best arrangement, but I mean, at the very least it's all together, so I don't want to say too much about it. Obviously it's a very heavy piece of stone there, so yeah. But the row, actually all of these rows, except for it seems the last one here, seem to get worse and worse as they get towards the tree line here. Let's head this way. It seems to be fairly popular to just stack these memorials in interesting configurations once they've been found. It looks interesting. I don't know why my camera's overblowing the image so much there. Huh. This is kind of crazy. Even seeing at least one more that's partially covered by the brush. Let's keep following the row this way here. I see a smaller stone at the very end, and then this kind of interesting colored memorial here. Almost has some brown hues to it, but nearly impossible to read. I can't get anything off of it unless I'm able to decipher it after I get back to the command center. And here's this little guy right here, and I don't know, it feels like stone, but it almost looks like just some calcification that's built up over the years, maybe due to rainwater. Again, the woods though are clear on this particular row. Just this one here, behind it starting the next row, and not hidden, but incredibly close. A little bit clearer of a view into the brush from here, and you can see that the rows definitely don't continue, at least so far from what I see. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything whatsoever on this one. And somebody has put like a marker here. Looks like it actually, now that I'm seeing it, is part of an old barbed wire fence. So probably a good sign that this is the end here, at the very least. And really the first indication of any veterans markers that I've seen. And this is from World War I. Yeah. Also one of the only examples of a row marker or section marker that I've found so far. And up here, looks like, from first glance, these look like the last few headstones by the church, but there's actually what appears to be one that's even closer. These are really damaged too, and nearly impossible to read. But continuing up here, there might be someone actually in that window. But I don't know what this is here either. You can see some rebar on the top, but it looks like it's actually meant to open, as if there's something buried below it. So I really don't think it's actually a memorial at all, but rather maybe a piece to an old well. I came to the back to get a few still shots. I noticed this little tiny rabbit on my first way around, and it didn't move at all. It just kind of stayed there and observed what I've done while I was here. I don't know if it's used to humans to some degree. I'm sure if I go closer it's probably gonna run away. But just surprised how much it doesn't care so much. It doesn't want to necessarily be around me, but oh, look at this. Whoa. Talking about following the rabbit down the rabbit hole. I was coming back to make sure that there wasn't anything more back here, but literally found a missing row. You can see, wow. Almost completely covered. There's even another one right there. How crazy is this? Is that just really strange? You can kind of get a view though. It's not incredibly bad lettering. It seems to have really held up quite well. Huh. Wasn't expecting to find that. So wow, again, good thing that I checked again and went back there and oddly just followed the rabbit into the bush there and stumbled upon something new. So how crazy is that? That's it for this location, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure to give it a big thumbs up if you enjoyed watching here today. It definitely helps the YouTube algorithm to know that you guys are enjoying what you're seeing. And make sure to give it a comment. If you got any input whatsoever, let me know any ideas you got. And make sure to hit that subscribe button, turn on your bell notifications. We're doing this about 4 times every single week. And so lots of crazy, interesting adventures here to come. So thank you all, and I'll see you in the next adventure. Well, I wanted to check this out too before we left. This here is actually the original gate. And it's been sealed shut over the years. Actually, this is an original latch here. Wow, and it really works, although I highly doubt that it would be able to open all the way. And how interesting is that?